Hey friends, welcome back. I am Jason. I'm gearing up, heading north to North Carolina. Very fortunately, the hurricane came through here. We got a bunch of rain, and that's pretty much it. But no, not even any trees down in my area or on my property or anything like that. The roads are all fine. My creek didn't overflow like it does kind of yearly, but it didn't even do it this time. But not very far from here, there are towns that are completely erased, and there's people missing. Lots of people lost their lives, unfortunately, and just people are struggling. There's very little communications in a lot of places. Cell networks are down, no electricity, no power. People don't have food, water, the basics. So I'm planning on heading up there tomorrow, and we're just going to see how we can help, basically. Going to kind of develop a game plan, then come back and gather up a whole bunch of supplies and stuff like that so we can take them and take them more efficiently to where they need to go. But anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. So I figured to just bring you along. I'm packing up. I'm going to pack up the truck. I'm going to get all the things and stuff that I can imagine possibly needing, and I'm going to throw it into the truck and then and go from there. Right now, I've just got to unload from my moto trip that I took up to actually during the hurricane. I took the moto trip up to Chattanooga. And I took all the contents out of this pack and put it into my dry bags on my motorcycle. So I got to get that stuff taken care of. Just wanted to bring you along for the ride and kind of share some of the stuff that I'm thinking and some of the stuff that I'm doing. I'm just, a lot of people would look at a mission like this and they would say, like what are you doing that? You don't have a plan. You don't know what's going on. Like, yeah, I agree. Like, it would be awesome to sit around and talk about this stuff for a long time and plan out exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And there's a whole lot of people that talk. And there's a whole lot of people that don't do. And I want to be a doer. And I encourage you guys to be doers. Doers of good things. And sometimes it just takes a leap of faith. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be praying to God. I'm going to say, God, open up opportunities for me to help people. And I'm going to be there, ready, willing, and able to help people when the opportunity presents itself, because it will present itself. And so that's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to take, literally, everything that I can think of, that I can imagine possibly. I'm going to load up a ladder, an extension ladder. I'm going to bring a chainsaw, tools, gear, equipment, tow straps and stuff, pull people out of ditches and things. I just don't know. So, but anyway, what I've got to do first and foremost, I guess, I've got to make sure that I am providing for myself, and I don't want to I want to be an asset, not a liability. So I want to make sure that I've got all the things that I need. I'm not being selfish, but if I go up there and I don't have the stuff that I need to sustain myself, I'm going to be absolutely useless to help anybody else. So I want to make sure that I've got all the things that I need first. I got spare clothes here, and I've got this whole bag right here. This whole bag is just going to have spare clothes for me and maybe possibly somebody else that needs it. Toiletries and stuff like that. It's just going to be in this backpack right here. And then I'm going to have my go bag here, my grab bag with all my usual necessities in there, like a spare pair of clothes, dry layer of clothes. My poncho is already in there. I keep that where the water bladder would go. See that? Keep that in there. So spare clothes are going to go in the bottom. Got my pot here with all my possibles in there, a bunch of doodads and tidbits and stuff. You guys have seen that probably before. My Grail water filter. I'm going to go grab, before I forget, I'm going to go grab another filter as well. So I have a backup. Might actually be in my truck. I'll have to check. Bivy bag to sleep in. Trash bag. Always good to have a trash bag. Might bring a hammock just in case I'm sleeping on the side of the road somewhere. Hard to say where we're going to end up. I don't have the camper shell on my truck, so sleeping in the back of the truck's not really an option if the weather's bad. So it is probably going to be loaded with a bunch of crap. So I'll plan on sleeping by the truck probably, somewhat near it. In here, just got a bunch of paper towels, water filters of sorts, varying kinds, some first aid stuff, wet wipes. All this stuff would be pretty handy, I would imagine. Some maybe we'll just bring that whole bin right there. A compass in here. Gotta have maps of the area in my truck. And we're gonna be bringing some printed off copies of maps of the area as well, just in case GPSs and stuff like that aren't working, which for all I know, they're not. What else? First aid kits and stuff like that. I've already got those in the truck. Probably bring a little bit of extra bandages and things of that nature. Just never know. Spare pair of pants, underwear. That's always nice. I've got all that already packed, so I probably don't need that in here. That'll go attached to my pack. Hammocks. Got several hammocks. Extra ponchos in here. I've got sleeping bags, another pack with more supplies in it. So I'm just gonna leave all that crap in there. Take these clothes out. These need to be washed anyway. Strap my sleep pad right there in case I gotta sleep on the ground. Sleeping on the ground sucks. Oh, I forgot to put my snackies in there. Dang. Be having that. Gotta have my emergency ration in there. Come on. That is packed up, ready to go. I usually keep this between the two seats in the front of my truck so I can have it kind of at a moment's notice and be ready to go. Here's another trauma kit, med kit right there. I've got a headlamp that has fresh batteries in it. I have extra batteries in the door over there. I'm gonna charge these things up, get those juiced up, ready to go. Need to do that now, actually, before I forget. That's the thing, is I make this mental list of stuff to do, and then my mental list disappears. Gets lost. So try my best to just take care of stuff as it comes to me. That way I don't forget. This little guy. Plug that dude in there. Charge that up right like that. And we'll just let that do its thing. My sleep pad I'll bring, my inflatable sleep pad, maybe not for me, maybe for somebody else. But I'll throw my sleeping bag in this relatively dry bag in my compartment here. So that's ready to go. Extra shirt. Extra bivy bags, sleeping bags, tarps, and such. We're gonna take a couple different vehicles because one vehicle is probably a bad idea. That way we don't get stranded up there or get stuck or something. We always have a way to get out and get home ourselves. Again, so we don't become part of the problem. We are part of the solution. So we'll probably have radios. We'll have our phones, obviously, but if the phones aren't working, we will have backup radios. So I'm charging my radios up. Let's see. Another radio. We'll get that one juiced up. That's it. I gotta get my spare tire out of the back of my truck and back up here on the rack so I've got more storage space back here. And of course, the rain continues. There's been zero rain in the forecast for the past 2 days, and it's rained nonstop. The weatherman lies. An effort to stay a little bit dry today. May not happen tomorrow for sure. I'm gonna be out in it, but I'm gonna start packing up the rest of my tools and stuff, get my chainsaw going, make sure it's running properly. And I've got oil and fuel and stuff. I am gonna have to fill up gas cans. I'll bring a couple of gas cans, about 10 gallons of gasoline. I will have all the fuel that I need in my truck. That's not gonna be a problem. I'll have 44 gallons. I need to fill it up, but I got like 3/4 of a tank in the veggie tank right now. So 44 gallons of vegetable oil, And I think my diesel tank is full, or close to it. So I'll top everything off before I leave in that for sure. And that'll get me, I mean, geez, if I burn all that, holy crap, we're in trouble. So I broke my brake here last time I used my chainsaw, which is less than ideal, and I have forgotten to fix it, which is even more or less than ideal. The bar oil, we've got 2-cycle oil there. I got an empty can here, and then 10 gallons of fuel full right there, ready to rock. I've got my scrunch, extra chain, wire brush, clean a plug if I need to. Ran good last time I used the chainsaw, should be fine. Guess we'll find out. I'll probably start it up here in a little bit just to check. Bringing my rubber boots. Of course, it's gonna be wet, I'm assuming, wherever we go. Extra clothes. Won't forget that. Toiletries and such. What else? Man, tools. So in my truck, I keep basic tools like mechanical type tools, which is going to come in handy for probably. Hopefully not for myself. Hopefully I'm using it for somebody else. But basic hand tools, building type tools, is any of that going to be necessary? Ah, man. I don't know. Guess we could bring this whole thing. And if we need it, if awesome. And if we don't, I mean, I guess it's not really that big a deal. Just throw it in the back of the truck. This whole thing of skill saws and drills. And I'll put this container here of screws and nails and things like that in there. Maybe just a couple of empty buckets. You know, a couple of empty 5-gallon buckets. Might be really handy, like these. Ooh, there's one. That one's pretty clean. Take that one. See if we got another clean one in here. Yeah, that one's pretty clean. We'll take those. Take those 2 buckets, load those up. I've got 2 5-gallon jugs of water that I need to make sure are topped off in the truck. Basic camp gear and stuff, you know, everything from a cast iron skillet to some food, freeze-dried foods in there, some water bottles, mugs, and coffee makers and such. That's definitely not full. So we'll start fresh with 2 topped off 5-gallon jugs of water. Always keep a small shovel in my truck, but it's nice to have a big, real-sized shovel when you're really needing to do some digging. So don't know if I'm going to be doing any digging, but if I'm digging, I want a shovel. That's what we're doing so far. That's, you know, not counting any of the stuff that's already loaded up, geared up in the truck. I've got axes and machetes, hand saws. I think I'm squared away. All I need to pack for myself is food now to make sure I got enough calories to keep me working all day long. Might be long days. So I'm gonna make sure I've got enough calories set for that. Just some canned foods and whatnot, simple stuff, nothing. I'm just gonna go raid the pantry, bring some Mountain House meals and things of that nature. No idea why I would need a ladder. But when you need a ladder, you need a ladder. So, and these ladders are great right here. This is a Gorilla ladder. There's several companies out there that make these kind of ladders, but man, you can do they're heavy, but you can do all sorts of things with them. Put them on stairs, and this one will reach up to 16 feet, I think. 16-foot ladder. So I'll bring that. Man, anything else? Can you guys think of anything else? I've got this little Barefoot Connect battery here with a solar panel. And people could use this to charge their phones, perhaps. Maybe we end up leaving this with somebody and they could... Because I know, like, my buddy... I've got a buddy that I've been in contact with. He's been charging his phone in his car because they've got no power any other way. And, you know, maybe someone doesn't even have the option of charging something in their car, and this could save the day, and they could contact their families and let them know that they're okay. Because I know that that's the situation in a lot of places. People just don't know what's going on. They can't get in there. They can't call, and they just have no idea. And they're just sitting there worried to death about some of their family members. And maybe this could save the day. I also have another big solar generator deal that I might load up as well. That might be even better. Gonna throw in an extra pair of gloves. Maybe some safety glasses. Probably not a bad call. Throw in an extra pair of those. I usually keep some earplugs in my pocket right there. So I'll probably just bring those little foamies, and I'll bring some actual ear muffs as well. And they're sitting over here on the table behind you. Ooh, could bring these nice pink ones. Those are stylish. I better get this tire strapped down on here before I drive off and forget about it. Send it sailing down the highway. That would be bad. Gosh. Probably don't need all these camp chairs and stuff since the whole fam's not coming. Maybe I'll clear this space up for the chainsaw and tools of that nature. Keep one camp chair. One camp chair. Gonna throw all the hand tools in here: shovels, axes, saws, machetes, all the stuff. Obviously I can't use all these at the same time, but I can use one at a time, and I'll have buddies that will be able to wield another tool, perhaps. Again, better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. Look at that, first patch of blue seen in a couple days. That's nice. Fill this up tomorrow with diesel. Fill my truck up with diesel tomorrow. I think I've got 3/4 of a tank in the truck of diesel fuel, and about the same in veggie. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up with veggie oil. That way I don't have to worry about running out of gas and needing to stop, because that would be annoying, to say the least. And so we just top off with oil right now. All right, that's pretty much it, aside from food stuffs, canned goods and stuff that we're going to be gathering up, not only for ourselves, but for for other people. That's pretty much all I'm going to pack for this first preliminary run up there, and just to see what we can get into and see what we can do to help. Most likely we'll probably just gain some information on what we need and we can get some more supplies together and then ship it up there. So thanks for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. Thumbs up, subscribe, do the things. Really grateful for all of that. See you next time.